tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
At power forward, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 5, Lavoy Allen. A 6'11" center from Texas, number 33, Miles Turner. At guard 6'2" from IUPUI, number 3, the hometown hero, George Hill. A 6'3" guard from Lanier High School, number 11, Monte Ellis. Starting at the other forward position, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 13, Paul George. Your home team head coach is Frank Vogel. Make some noise.
The Bulls are looking to defeat their Eastern Conference rival going into this one. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Well, certainly some confidence for Indiana with the win in their last matchup against Chicago. An incredible season series, complete domination. They've won all the matchups so far.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's McDermott in at the 3 slot.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
And Gasol sends it back, and he gets it back. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
And that one misses. For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Outside Rose. Inside, and Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by Rose.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And George, here we go. Again, Indiana.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Rose kicks to Gasol. Dishes it to Butler. Uncovered. Another one falls for Chicago.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Butler against George. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that. I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
Free throw good, Paul George.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
Allen kicks to George. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Allen, that's good.
And getting after it on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
Butler goes in. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
That free throw, no good. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions.
So changing it up, Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. And Mirotic subbed in for McDermott. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
Chicago leading. Outside Rose. Pass to Portis. To the wing on the left. Mirotic has a wide open look. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Here's Stuckey. Here's Freak. Tries again. Hill has the open look. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Hill's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
It's stolen by Mahinmi. Here's George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And a look at the top three-point shooting small forwards this season in the NBA. Every wingman should have that shot in his arsenal, and these guys certainly do. In the third spot, Paul George.
I mean, these guys are all constant threats on the perimeter. Shooting the three isn't all, though, that they do, but it sure is a lot of what they do.
They are your classic dual-threat small forwards. Their three-point shooting is phenomenal, but they can still slice the defense open with their ability to get inside and attack that rack.
Rose goes in, and he gets it to go. Rose has got his second basket of the night.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Got a piece of it. Noah. With the block. Stuckey against Mirotic. Double team on Rose. Noah the screen. Rose dishes to Butler. To the wing on the left. Clock at 4. Noah kicks to Mirotic. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Now it's a 4-point Chicago lead.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
George passes to Mahinmi, and he banks in the layup.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Stuckey into the lane. The pass to Freak. Stuckey dishes to Mahinmi. And again, it's Indiana.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Pass to Noah. Inside. Here's Portis. Now, here is Mirotic. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
The Bulls have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. The free throw drops for Butler.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Indiana making a change here. Miles is checked in, and the Bulls making a change also. Moore's checked in, and he gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 3. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. The Pacers shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Puts it up from 12. Great defense that time from Noah. Chicago leading by 3. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
He said that one of the players are keying in on defensively is Rodney Stuckey, adding he loves to use his size and his strength to play bully ball inside and get himself to the line. We've got to be physical with him without fouling. Guys, that'll take discipline. We'll see if they can strike the right balance on defense.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Stuckey's got the ball.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Roof shots.
No good on the free throw.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Chicago making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Moore against Stuckey. Noah the screen. Here's Moore. And again, no good by Chicago.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Chicago shooting it officially from the get-go. They're at 52% from the field. They double him with Freak. With his first shot attempt, Noah's shot is off.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Pass to Freak. High post shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Freak's got it all tied up now for the Pacers. Stuckey against Moore. They set the pick. To the paint. Shot left block. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Chicago shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And they've been mediocre all season long. Just about 72% from the line.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Hill. Freak comes in for Lavoy Allen. George is checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Ellis in for Rodney Stuckey. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Pau Gasol's checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Portis. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Jimmy Butler. So for Chicago right now, Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is out there with Etuan Moore. And it's McDermott in at the 3. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And they get it back. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And George kicks to Freak. Feeds to Hill. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Taj Gibson picks one up.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
The first free throw is good. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
Ellis left side. He kicks to Freak. 5 to shoot. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Freak sets a screen for Hill. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Hill's got 7 points. On the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history. And Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
George passes to Freak. Here's Mahinmi. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. He's got 6.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Freak dishes to Mahinmi. That's good. Mahinmi's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And now, let's hear it for your Peace Face.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
Man, can you always depend on him or what? He to lead you to the right place with that pass. Money.
Rose gets the bucket.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Hill kicks to Freak. The kick out to Hill. They set the pick. George passes to Freak. Back to George. Again, Indiana. Chicago leading by 3. They double him with Freak. And Moore kicks to Gasol. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Gasol's got 10. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. George dishes to Freak. Goes back up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to Houston.
Just not a disciplined performance defensively in that game, guys. A lot of silly fouls hurt them throughout.
I think lack of discipline is the right phrase, Greg. I mean, a lot of silly fouls, and they did that even when they were in foul trouble. And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Rose against Hill, tipped away. It's stolen by Hill. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Ellis. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And now just a 2-point Bulls. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Moore outside. McDermott, no one around him. Off target from 3-point range. And here are the Pacers now. George. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Ellis goes in. There's the dish to George. Hill up top. Freak with it, working on Gasol. And that one's good. Freak.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Rose kicks to Gibson. And just miss after miss right now.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Hill passes to Freak. Gibson with the steal. Moore outside. Shot from 12. Here's Rose. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game. And here's our rookie leaderboard, showcasing the league's highest scoring rookies since the All-Star break. Freak is second.
As this season progresses, you can see his confidence growing. Sometimes you forget that he's just a rookie. I mean, he looks very confident and poised with his approach to the game.
Has the moxie of a veteran, Greg. I mean, since the All-Star break, it's been showing up big time on the scoreboard.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Hill. Pass to Portis. Ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indy. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Pacers out in front, leading by a point. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Monte, you guys had very active hands out there, and your defense seemed really to drive your offense.
We know if we get defense to stop, we're going to lead the offense, so that's going to...
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. They look absolutely helpless out there to contain our low-post offense. And the more that continues in the second half, the more beat up and dejected they're going to be. But love the success we've had on the offensive glass. That's where we've done our best work. Maybe we can get that to carry over into a few other areas. That's it for now, guys. Let's go get that W.
And now the start of the second half. Peterson. Quick check in for the Pacers. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. Chicago trailing here. Hill and Stuckey are the guard set. Freak is out there with Turner. And it's George in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit, and it's still early. They'll have to play smart or they...
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Freak. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And now the stats on Joakim Noah. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through.
Free throw good. Freak. And both free throws good from Freak. And it's the Bulls with the ball. The lead is 2. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
The inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Butler. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot 1 more at the free throw line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Hill, he's checked in for the Pacers. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets really lit up the floor. He ended with 17 points and was his usual self on the glass, grabbing just about any missed shot that came off the rim. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
George dishes to Freak. It's stolen by Rose. Fast break, here they come. They get the rebound. Here's Noah, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Indiana. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bulls.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. First in three-point field goal percentage, second in rebounding. And also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And not only is he dialing it up from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
46 seconds left in the third. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And what a tremendous game for Freak. 15 points and 5 assists. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
They get it again. The kick out to Hill. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. No good. That would have tied him. Rose against Hill. Butler on the wing. To the inside. Noah. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
For 3, Hill. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And
Here we go, Pacers fans.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter. Let's check in for the Pacers. And Chicago also making a switch. Mirotic is checked in for Derrick Rose. Taking a look at the Bulls. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Doug McDermott is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Mirotic in at the 3, the small forward. The first free throw is good. And so Butler nails both of them. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The feed now to Ellis to tie it up. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Gasol inside. Turner covering. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And Butler gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Freak. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 7th assist in the game. Bulls have gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7. To the paint, here's Gibson.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Kicks it to Butler. And the foul called on Freak. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Well, one more and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last disqualifying foul.
Rose kicks to McDermott. Paul George with the steal.
I tell you what, they got a nice reservation for him over on the bench. He keeps this 4th turnover already.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
Outside Rose. Double team on Rose. And Gibson, here we go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Check out the game for Gibson. He has 11 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
And Clark, that needs to continue. When he has an opportunity to get an open teammate the ball, he has got to make that a priority.
Pacers trail by 4. Hill passes to Freak. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Free throw good. Freak.
This is what they need to do in the second half to come out with the win. It's not the only thing, but when you convert free throws at the other end, you put a lot of pressure on the opponent to play solid defense against you.
And that one's good by Butler.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Here's Freak. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Freak's got 12 points here in the second half.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Turner with a screen on Butler. And George, here we go. Can't capitalize on the good screen. The Bulls leading by 3. Butler on the wing. Right side Rose. Double team on Rose. Gibson dishes to McDermott. And it's Freak with the rebound. Freak's got his 6th rebound on the night. And George kicks to Freak. He dishes it to Turner. The shot will not go. And it's Chicago the other way. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And here's McDermott. Gibson setting a pick for McDermott. Shot clock at 5.
Take a look at what McDermott's been doing. He's got 14 points and 1 steal as well.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in his play.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And McDermott drops them both.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
And George kicks to Freak. The drive by Ellis. And he gets it to go. Ellis has got... ...23 points.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that
time. Hill against Butler. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. He feeds it to Turner. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Rose with the ball. Rose double teamed. Gibson passes to McDermott. And again, Chicago. No good. Pacers trail by 3. Now Freak dishes it to Turner. And that one's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
McDermott dishes to Gibson. Rose double teamed. Paul George with the steal. The drive by Ellis. And Gasol sends it back. The Bulls have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the 4th. 8 of 12. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. No good on the triple.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's the screen. Hill kicks to Freak. Hill passes to Freak. Clock at 6. To take the lead. Rebound by Butler.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Rose double teamed. To the middle. They need this one. And Gasol with the lay-in. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high.
We got to be more physical on defense.
No question.
They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy.
Those close range.
Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Noah. He's checked in for Pau Gasol. Pacers trail by 3. Turner with a screen on Butler. George dishes to Freak. Outside Hill. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Hill's got 5 points in the quarter.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game. You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Freak sets a screen for Hill. And George kicks to Freak. Outside Hill to take the lead. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his 3rd triple since halftime.
Butler against Ellis. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
This is disruptive. Call them equally, man.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Indiana.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
And McDermott, no good on that one. Here's Butler. Left side, Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 17 points here for Taj Gibson.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Turner with a screen on Butler. Over in the corner, Ellis launches a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Noah's got his 5th rebound in this one. Rose kicks to Gibson. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. .135 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Noah out to the wing. And Rose wide open. He shoots. That's short off the rim.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Turner passes to Freak. The pass to George. At the elbow, it's Ellis. 5 on the clock. He had a nice open look right there. Ellis has got 25 points in the game. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, nobody giving up any ground either way, fella.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
There's Freak. Outside for George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
Double team on Rose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis.
Bulls ball.
.46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Hill. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. There's Freak. McDermott with the steal. Here's Rose. Down low, here's Noah. Pacers with the rebound. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Well, I've always thought that it was good to maybe miss a breakfast or two, but that's another story. Anyhow, you can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and
Well, once again, you find yourself with a points and rebounds double-double. Is that something you've come to expect from yourself on a nightly basis?
I don't know that reaching certain benchmarks like a double-double means much. But I always expected myself to come out and battle for rebounds, take good shots. That's just how I shot to play for this team.
Wow. Kevin, not sure what to do with that one.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his team had no problem.
He is one of the premier wing players in the NBA. We know that defensively he's always going to do the job, but he's just as valuable on the other end, scoring off the catch or the dribble.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed this game. You look at how he's been playing recently, and this was huge for him to come out and have a great night. You can really tell a lot about a player, how they break out of a slump. He responded exactly the way he needed to.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice.
You're welcome.
So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
Like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this
Yvette, please.